Hey, what's up, guys? So, my name is Gene Boykin. I'm the founder of the GoGetter Family Real Estate Investing Academy. All right, this is where I teach people what I consider to be the right way to do real estate. All right, by becoming the bank, buying houses using little known strategies like subject to the existing financing, where you don't need any credit checks, you don't need a bank, you become the bank. All right, and creative financing. So tonight, I'm going to talk to you guys about how I actually make money when I take over the existing mortgage of a property that I'm buying. So I want to thank you guys for joining me on this beautiful Sunday. And don't forget, hit that like button. Or if you feel like I bring you some value, I want you to consider subscribing to my channel. Or, you could just be a player about it and hit that subscribe button. Let's go.
I'm a go-getter. They some go-getters. We some go-getters. Hope you a go-getter. Let's get it. I'm a go-getter. They some go-getters. We some go-getters. Hope you a go-getter. Let's get it. I'm a go-getter. Hustle to the end. We some no quitters. Knock it out the park. We for show hitters. Right, left hemisphere. That's a dome splitter. Yeah. Control our own destiny. Make moves. Cultivate whole legacy. Creative finance. Bring more ecstasy. The right ingredients. Now that's a dope recipe.
Okay, what's up on this beautiful Sunday evening after Thanksgiving? So, guys, holidays, it's a different sort of energy. All right, it's a different sort of energy. And so I want to thank you guys for being here first off. And if you're here, hit that like button. When you feel like I'll bring you some value, go ahead and drop some flames in the comments. All right. So why are we here? You're asking. Well, a couple of reasons. Right. The main reason is I'm going to show you guys how to profit from subject to deals and creative financing deals. All right. So this is primarily on our exit strategy. This is how we make our money, y'all. I mean, in the end, this is what we're doing it for, I guess. Right. Because, and I say that, I say that with a heavy heart, kind of this evening, right? Because yeah, it's for money because money has been assigned to value, right? These pieces of paper, essentially. But we are dealing with people's homes, which is one of the things we need to survive now. One of the three things, right? Food and water, right? Shelter and clothing. But it's a holiday weekend, man. It's after Thanksgiving. I'm scrolling TikTok. And I see a post from a guy, man, and he's like an elevated dude, his consciousness level, right? He's having an awakening, and I respect it because he's articulating his thoughts very well. And he goes back home for the weekend for Thanksgiving, and his post is him walking in the parking lot, and he's like, man, reading books and gaining knowledge. It really shows you how different you are from your family. And he starts telling some stories about how his weekend was, right? And how his family look at him like he's being condescending because he has gathered some knowledge, some information. And he's really just trying to pass it, give it to them. And I left a comment because I do, man, when I feel something, you know what I mean? I leave a comment because you never know what a person is going through. And honestly, this is what will make you that money. This is what will make you that money that I talked about, that we do this for. You've got to have this on your heart, man, honestly, if you want to live good and be successful. And then I guess money is a side effect of that. But I left him a comment because I always, want to looking to serve in any sort of way, even the ways it doesn't cost you anything to serve a person by giving them a kind word, giving them some knowledge if you have that knowledge, which is why I'm here. But not everybody does that. So he's going through it, man, with his family, and he's saying that they feel like he's being condescending because he's gathered knowledge, he's read some books, and this is the thing, this is the thing with that. When we feel in our hearts, man, our minds, souls, right, that there's more to this. I seen another video, and I actually did posted some of that video in one of my TikToks I just did, where the guy is in his car, he's at outside of his job, and he's almost in tears, and he's like, man, I can't do this anymore. We're not meant to be here to do this. He's like, I just want to exist. That's it. Like, I just want to exist and then create, that, like, that's it. And that's really what life is. So bringing value, right? Uplifting others. That is that, finding someone to serve. And you can serve in so many different forms. Like, we started the Go-Getter Family Academy, which is just a platform with a ecosystem, a community, right? It's our own platform where I do live workshops in there, post tutorial videos, post articles about students, where people are from. You can network, ask questions. The community, you've got to be a go-giver, right? So if you are further along in your journey, the community can give you advice from their experience, what they're learning, right? That's what it is for, and that will help you to learn in turn. And really, you're doing it selfishly. You're helping others selfishly. You can do it. You can think of it that way, if that's what will help you to help other people. Think of it as, the more I am a giver, the more I give, the more I open up my hand to let it go, it will come back to me. If I'm holding my hand tightly, holding it tightly, it's not going to come back. You're going to hold on to the little that you got, which is selling that time, looking for those guarantees, not growing, right? And letting those around us, like family, that doesn't know us any longer, because we have those hopes, dreams, goals, and now we have a way, a roadmap to follow. Not letting that outside discouragement stop us from doing this. And so let me dive in, guys. Hit that like button if you're new to my channel. So make sure you hit that subscribe, get us in the algorithm. And if you have questions, go ahead and just put them in the comments. I'll do my best to answer some questions for you. But put where you're from, man. I'm a small town guy from Iowa, so I like to know where people are from that are watching. So can you see this? Yes, you can. Let's get it. All right, guys. This is the financial trinity right here. Financial trinity. You can do this in 3 moves. You can do this in three moves to real estate wealth. This is how I make my money. And it took me a little bit longer to learn. We had somebody in a live workshop that I did tonight on a Zoom for the academy, for the Go-Getter Family Academy, that discovered subject to, and she had done a subject to deal. She said it took her 6 months, to get it done, because she didn't have a mentor. She was just piecing it together, which I respected. That's what I did pretty much. But with this, she ended up selling that house, right? Getting an assignment. She wholesaled that deal, which we can do that, but we can also keep them. This is how you make your money here. 3 houses in 3 months, right? 3 houses every 3 months. So now with the Go-Getter Family, I always say it takes 3 months of learning so that you can do this effectively. The first thing we're going to take a look at, all right, is your equity profit. Your equity profit. So equity, guys, for those of you that don't know, equity is the difference, the difference between what is owed on the home. Let me remove this banner from around here. Sorry, guys. Equity is the difference between the existing mortgage. So for this example, it's going to be $120,000, what we are into it for, and the loan we took over, versus the full market value, the after repair value, right? ARV. What's the difference? So you take your ARV, subtract the existing loan. That's how you get your equity. All right. That's how you get your equity. So then we're going to take a look at cash flow. Cash flow is going to be the mortgage payment that we take over, the mortgage we took over, versus the monthly rent to own payment that we get for our property. So for this example, we're charging $1,500 a month. And these are all based off of numbers. So we don't just pull these numbers out of the sky. I'm going to show you how to calculate that monthly rent charge versus what is the maximum mortgage payment that you can take over, that you can afford to be paying each month. And these are going to be percentages. So this will scale. It will scale both backwards and forwards. So your cash flow, what is that per month, right? Then the next thing is, and this is what I love, this is some of that upfront money, right? That walking around money, gas money, if you will, your option fees. And an option fee is what most people call, right? This is the watered down term, a down payment. Okay. But guys, contractually, this is not a down payment. Technically, it is not a down payment, guys. All right. But you can structure these however you want to. It's based off of your paperwork, all right, your paperwork, but we call it an option fee. So for them being able to pay us monthly for rent to own and getting that option on the 5th year, the 3rd year, whenever you set it up, they pay us a fee for that, right? But others call it a down payment. So that's your upfront walking around money, option fees. So we're going to talk about how you actually calculate those option fees, all right? And oh, if you're just popping in, my name is Gene Boykin. I'm the founder of the GoGetter family, y'all. And this is where I teach people to become the bank and do real estate the right way. All right. It's the Sunday after Thanksgiving, man, the holiday weekend. I said it in my TikTok, dude. If you're around your family, hey, be careful. You know what I mean? Don't let the toxicity seep into you. Hey, it isn't your fault. It isn't their fault. But this is what I always say. And this is what I was getting to with the TikToker, right? That I was talking about. The way that people receive us. So it is an indication. Okay. It's not you. If you weren't talking to a person or approach person and didn't mean disrespect, didn't mean to make them feel bad, didn't mean to be condescending, right? The way a person receives you is a reflection normally of what they have going on inside. The battles so if you made them feel that way, right? If they felt that way, they received you that way, and you say, hey, my apologies if something I did made you feel like that. That wasn't my intention at all. But if you felt like that, something I did based off of something I did, I apologize. Now, if they continue to receive you like that, that is because that's something they got going on inside, but that is what they want out of you. Like they want to have that situation with you, feel like, oh, this guy thinks he's smarter than me. He's always been that way. She's always been that way, whatever. So let them feel that. Let them have that. That's not yours to carry. Okay. It is not ours to carry. That is theirs to carry. If they want to carry that, by all means, you do that. As for me, I got to protect my energy. So I'm moving around. So, hey, that's what we're doing here. And that speaks to how we get this bag. What is your character in the marketplace? What are you representing? How do you make people feel about you? That's why we have our ACEs method, right? Awareness, credibility, counseling, education, and securing the bag. That's a whole nother episode. So 3 houses every 3 months. Now, the full market value of the property, so the ARV, after repair value, is $150,000. All right. What we do, our purchase price is 80%, of the market value is what we can offer them. So that's going to be 20% below market value for us. Now, if you're wholesaling and you don't even own the property, you only get paid once with a wholesale, they can only offer 70% market value minus the repairs. See, we can offer more because we're taking over that existing mortgage. So if the house was valued at $150,000, we would take over an existing mortgage of $120,000 or less, right? And then if we have an equity payout, then we want it to be at $120,000. But 20% below market value is what we'll get it for. All right. So now, if we acquired 3 properties in 3 months, our properties would be worth $450,000. The sum of those totals, right? $450,000. But our purchase price with the debt that we are holding on those properties, right? That we took over. We did not qualify for this debt. We did not fill out a credit application, show W-2s, proof of income. Listen, guys, we become the bank over here. Okay. We have great holidays over here. You heard? What? Hey, I been went through it with the fam. I don't even do that no more. Nope. But hey, guys, that first, when you clip that cord, it hurts. But in the comment that I left the young homie, man, on TikTok was, once you do cut those ties, you'll have to, unfortunately. You will have to if you want to continue to move forward. But once you do cut them, while severing them hurts, right? When you cut them initially, it hurts, man. But you will absolutely ascend. It's like cutting the ties that are holding down a hot air balloon, because it starts off like, you know what I mean? And it picks up pace. But see, slow and steady wins the race. That's why I liken it to a hot air balloon, because you're going to go like this. So they'll still have time to, he thought he was smart enough. That's why he ain't doing nothing now. And you just moving, you going up. And then and then you're so far out of the stratosphere that you can't even hear people talking anymore when it's like that. You can't even hear them because you're in a whole nother stratosphere. Yeah, I just laid that on you today. Anyway, my bad, guys, a little off topic. So our purchase price of the debt we took over was $360,000. Thus, thus giving us an equity profit. Your equity profit would be $90,000. Equity profit. This is 3 houses in 3 months. Market value of 150,000. We paid 120, or there's an existing debt on them of 120,000. All right. Now, this is your start to the the accelerated wealth process. Okay, your equity profit. You've got 90,000 equity profit. Your value, right? Your whatever it is. Your I don't even know what it's even called, man. Your net worth, right? Because I'm not even that net worth really works my nerves sometimes. Anyway, mine's over $1 million now. This is the process I took, and these are conservative numbers. Next is cash flow. In order to calculate cash flow, though, this is what we do. If you can see it here, it's 1% of the market value of the property. That is a rule of thumb that real estate professionals and investors, landlords use, right? And it's safe to be in that margin, right? Because that way, there's some sort of justification for the rent. So we would charge $1,500. Now, the mortgage payment that we would want to take over, and this is a bare minimum of cash flow that we would want to make. I usually don't even recommend this low. Really, I recommend $300 a month, but listen to me. We're charging $1,500 a month, 1% of the market value of our properties. The existing loan payment is going to be $1,275 max, $1,275, which is 85% of what we charge for rent. 85% of our rents that are collected can be given to pay the mortgage that we took over. 85%. So we have a 15% margin there. Minimum, guys, minimum. Listen to me. And this is honestly too low for my liking, but I wanted to be super conservative here with these numbers. So now your net monthly cash flow is $225. So if you multiply that by 3 houses, right? Because we have 3 homes every 3 months, multiply that by 3, that's $675 a month, your net monthly cash flow. So you multiply that by 12, your annual net cash flow is going to be $8,100 on those 3 homes. Just those 3. Okay. This is why I say 3 houses every 3 months. Annual net cash flow of $8,100. All right. So now your 3-month total on our second way of getting paid, we get paid 3 ways. Listen, three systems. It's all 3s here, man. They say numerology, right? These numbers are biblical, I guess. I got to check that out, man, because I just noticed all the 3s in this. 3 months of learning, 3 houses every 3 months, right? 3 houses every 3 months. And this is just your first 3 houses. So $98,100 is your 3-month total on, and then we've got the 3 ways of getting paid. So we have our equity profit, our cash flow. Now, next is our upfront money. This is why I like to call this the wholesale and hold method. Our option fees profit. All right. Option fees profit. And option fees, guys, again, are the down payments that we receive for these properties. That's what an option fee is. So if you guys have questions, go ahead and drop them in the comments. Are you guys understanding what I'm saying? If you're with me, answer yes, right? Answer yes. Yeah. Are you with me? Are you understanding what I'm saying here? We get paid in 3 ways: equity profit, monthly cash flow, and now our option fees, man, down payments. So option fees, and these are the equations that you want to use. The option fee, $11,250 on a $150,000 house. So that's 7.5% of the purchase price. That's as low as we want to go. On a rent to own, remember, guys, 70% of the population has less than perfect credit. So they want home ownership, though. So a good portion of that 70% have money saved up or have access to money. And depending on how you own the property or control the property, there may be government money that you can get access to assist a person with down payments, thus providing a real estate service and providing affordable home ownership to the community. Guys, there isn't a better way. I'm telling you. Now you become the bank and then you provide home ownership for the community. And it circles back to what I was talking about in the beginning of this live, which is finding people to serve. So we are serving the homeowners that we're helping that are in distress by taking over that existing mortgage. And then we are helping the community with affordable home ownership, and we're serving them. Right. And then in certain scenarios, we can even get down payment assistance. And then what other programs do you want to come up with? Right. So it's your business. What is your character in the marketplace? But do you want to do this on a high level? Do you think that you would be able to do this because you read something about real estate for an hour a week, or you listen to a video, a training video for an hour a week? Do you really think that you would be able to build something like this with that? Huh? I mean, we got to keep it 100 around here. I love y'all, so I'm gonna keep it 100 with you. I'm not even gonna sit up here and be like, "Yeah, you just learn about this and say, oh, this is awesome," and then wake up tomorrow and you're expert because you became a member of the Go Getter family. It don't work like that, guys. Life just doesn't. You got to put in a little effort. But I don't even think you don't have to work harder. It's just focused activity, and I'm going to show you that right here. So this is the option fee. 7.5% of the purchase price. So these are really conservative numbers. 150,000, that's going to be 11,250. This is the upfront money. This is the down payment that we get from our buyer, right? Now, our option fee, we multiply that by 3 because 3 houses every 3 months. That's going to be $33,750. All right? 33,750. Then now of the first 3 months on that wealth accelerator process, 3 houses every 3 months, $131,850. You got your cash flow, and then the cash in that is over 40 some thousand liquid, and then you've got this equity profit. It's a no-brainer, guys. This is how you build wealth. To hell with crypto, man. To hell with the stock market. These things that can be manipulated by people in back rooms doing and cutting deals. No, we are playing at their level, man. We are not letting them play with us. I'm not doing, oh my goodness, man. Somebody again on TikTok, man, really messed me up today talking about if somebody's teaching you real estate, or if they're teaching you something else to start a business, it's a burning abyss. And if you're not trading, and then you're gonna lose. I'm like, what, dude? Those things aren't even tangible assets, man. You've got to just do it right. And you've got to play by the right rules. And if you're able to do that, well, then you're giving yourself a chance to win. So now we're at $131,850 in the first 3 months. So again, focused activity. All you do now, right now, in those 3 months, in those 3 houses you've got, you're implementing your ACEs method, which the A is awareness. So you're implementing your stealth marketing, your character in the marketplace, right? And we do that with tactics, with marketing and advertising tactics, to get warm leads, to get people to come to us while developing that character in the marketplace. And then we have our active lead generation, right? But we want those no competition off market deals. So you are actively pulling these no competition lists, finding these deals, and then you're using your stealth marketing. All you do is you 2x your stealth marketing. You 2x that. So you turn the volume up on your stealth marketing a little bit, 2x, and you're onto the second set of the second quarter, right? Accelerated wealth building process. So you do it again. 3 houses, calculate your equity profit, your cash flow, annual net cash flow, 8,100, right? And then your option fees, the 33,750. I mean, and then you're on to the third quarter, right? And you're at that 2x flow now. And the best part about all of this is the mindset, the person you have become now. See, this is why I always say that you've got to become that person. We've got to be that person. If we don't like the outcome of our income, we've got to change the input, right? The input is the gap in knowledge. We are learning. There's a gap. We haven't learned what this person who has the things that we want and lives the life that we want has control of their time. Essentially, we don't have that knowledge. So we have closed that gap, that knowledge. So when we change that input, what happens is the thing that changes first, is the internal needle. That's the needle that moves first. This is why it comes back around and it all wraps around why I was talking about that TikToker, man, and that went home for the Thanksgiving weekend. That internal needle has moved. So we know that we are not that person that we used to be anymore because we are becoming the person that we need to be in order to be able to keep the gifts that are in store for us. So that internal needle moves, and the people around us, they know that old us, right? They know that old us, and this is all part of it, though. This is all part of it. If you want that to change, that this is all part of it. So that third quarter, man, that internal needle has changed. Now we're moving that external needle, right? Focusing, doing things that are going to get us to our goal, right? Focused activity. I'm not watching football games, dude. I haven't. When you ascend, when you change, man, who you are, you sports, dude. If you liked sports before or whatever, you're not going to be. I don't got time to be watching people throw no ball. For what? The what? For what? I don't for what? Seriously, think about it, man. Those people don't know me. I don't know them, man. No, now more power to them. I'm not mad at you or nothing. I just don't spend my time, engaging in that. I just don't, man. It's a waste of time to me. And time is our most precious asset. That's what we all want right now. This is why we're doing this accelerated wealth building process. So our annual total, now that we are, freeing up our time here, working to free up our time, and we're doing the focused activity, annual total is $395,550. $395,550. All right. The next thing you do, after that, at the year's end, you 3x your output. Now you make some capital investments back into your stealth marketing. You turn that up so that you're 3x from where you started. It costs more money for your stealth marketing, right? And then your active lead generation and you can also farm that out once you have perfected your system of your active lead generation, getting those off market deals. Boom, 3x it. End of the year, you're at $1,186,650. You are now a millionaire. Welcome to the club. And guys, to get into the 1%, of income earners in the United States, you only have to be bringing in 400 some odd $1,000. I've been in the 1%, dude. And I mean, whatever, it is what it is. Listen, there was a time that I wasn't. And when I started doing this, I wasn't in the top 99%, dude. I wasn't making any money. But I was to a point where, you know what? I just wanted to exist. So if I had to work 100 hours a week to make $25,000 a year versus the 40 hours a week and making 50,000 a year, working for somebody else, getting, points and docked if I'm late, and evaluations and all that stuff, whatever, man, disrespected, they don't care about my well-being, my family's well-being, but they want me to care about the company's well-being more so than my own mental well-being. So if I went from working 40 hours a week, making $50,000 an hour, to working 100 hours a week, making $25,000 a year, if I had everything that I needed, because I already have, what I want: love, daughter, family, all that. A house, a car that's dependable, clothes, food, everything else is icing on the cake. So if I was making that 25, I would have did that, but I continued to work. That's what it takes. The first, really, if you can do that for a year, man, focused, give yourself 6 months of focused activity where you put as much energy into yourself as you do your job. And you've got to pull some of that up. This is just strictly my opinion. Now do your job, right? Because your name is attached to it. Whatever it is that you're doing, you do it and you do it right. But as far as going above and beyond, giving that extra, them days has been over. I mean, I'll never work again, me personally, just because just can't, because it's too good of a life being able to exist. Like the young dude was saying on TikTok, man, like he was like, I just want to exist. This isn't life. And most people think about this, guys. will never experience being able to exist until they're at the tail end of their life. Until they're at the tail end of their life, where they don't have as much vigor, right? They don't have as much thirst for adventure. They don't have the physical ability when they can exist. They can't, existing, it isn't the same. It isn't the same. And then the worst part about it is you work all that time, man, 10, 20, 30, 40 years. For what? Social Security? Maybe a pension? If your 401k did well based off of the stock market, when you got people out there that are I forget the scandal, man. I think it was in the 90s, man. Ken something of God, dog, I forget, but he lost billions. Dude lost all those people's pensions, man. All those people. Because some people were playing games with numbers on paper, man, and black ink on white paper. I'm not, and then so now but even if you do have your pension, it's still not enough to survive. So you got to borrow money. You have to borrow money to live. I ain't going for it, dude. Ain't no way. You don't have to. So that's why I hope that you guys enjoy the content that I give you, and it helps you. That it helps you. That's it. That's it. So guys, I appreciate you guys coming tonight. Hit that like button. If you're new to my channel, you feel like I brought you some value, you can check out some of my other videos for sure to see, to fill in the blanks of how we make this money that I just showed you how to make. This is how I make my money. I just laid it out. This is how I make mine. So I'm giving you the roadmap, abundance mindset, man. Let's set up the network, community, be a go-giver. I give you guys the game. So if you're in any of my Facebook groups or in the academy, and people have questions and you can answer it, or you have advice or something that has worked for you this week, during your journey, share it. Be a go-giver. You gotta understand, man, once you let go of that, that money that you're trying to hold on to, or that what you feel you need to get your time back, once you open up and let go, right, provide that value, give, put yourself last, give, man, that's when it comes back abundantly. Your cup will overflow. I mean, hey, from landscaper to landlord. So I appreciate you guys, man. And consider subscribing to the channel if you feel like I brought you some value, or, you could just be a player about it, man, and hit that subscribe button. Till next time, y'all.
I'm a go-getter. They some go-getters. We some go-getters. Hope you a go-getter. Let's get it. I'm a go-getter. They some go-getters. We some go-getters. Hope you a go-getter. Let's get it. I'm a go-getter. Hustle to the end. We some no-quitters. Knock it out the park. We for show hitters. Right, left hemisphere. That's a dome splitter. Yeah. Control our own destiny. Make moves. Cultivate whole legacy. Create a finance. Bring more ecstasy. The right ingredients. Now that's a dope recipe.